So, I think I might be scared of the dark. Ladies and gentlemen, story time with Uncle Stu. All the time that I was growing up, I never liked to close my curtains. Now, mainly, I had issues sleeping, and, well, the issues weren't really with sleeping themselves, but the issues was more with waking up. And basically, I found that if I slept with my curtains open, in the morning when it became daylight, I would just kind of wake up naturally, like pretty much on time, depending on the time of year, and everything kind of worked out fine. I've been finding that recently I've not been sleeping properly though. Well, it's getting daylight here quite early in the morning now, and I'm finding that I'm awake nearly all night, and I go and I switch my light off, and I switch my light off, and the level of light in the room doesn't change because it's daylight, and it's sunny outside, and it's like 4:30 in the morning. But them is the breaks, I suppose. Them is the breaks. But around about 10 years ago, so I lived up in the north of Scotland with my ex-girlfriend at the time. She lived on a small sort of farmhouse croft. We are talking literally right in the middle of nowhere. And despite the fact that you had to drive up basically a mud path to get to her house, there was nothing nearby. No lights, no other houses. The local village was a few miles away. It wasn't really it was driving distance rather than walking distance away. But basically the house being sort of recessed out there in the middle of nowhere. At night it would be quite pleasantly dark. Not disgustingly, horribly dark or anything. I would say that when it's dark, it's not like pitch black, but it's more a soothing shade of blue, I find. But yes, this lady seemed to like to sleep with, she had blackout blinds. And I have never experienced that level of blackness or darkness in my entire life. Now, when she closed these blinds, the level of discomfort that I would feel in this absolute and utter darkness is the same level of discomfort that I would feel if a bright white shining light was being shone right into my face. It was so dark that it was an assault on my perception. It was I don't even have proper words for it, but can you I don't suppose you can open your blinds. It's too dark. And she treated me like what do you mean it's too dark, you fucking idiot? I mean, it's too dark. I can't sleep because it's too dark. And she was genuinely so confused. She was like, "What are you on about, Stu? It's just my blinds." I was like, "I don't suppose you can open them just a little bit, so a little bit of light comes in." She goes, "But that defeats the point in blackout blinds." I was like, "I suppose, but I can't sleep with this level of darkness." I'm just like, "All right, fine." So she would open these blinds a little bit when I was there, but yeah, I must have some kind of a sensory disposition to not liking absolute and utter darkness. And I don't know if that's maybe, going back into human DNA and evolution and stuff, there are predators out there in the dark that will hunt you down and eat you kind of thing, that's in our base sort of DNA, in the buried recesses of the human mind back from the day that we were hunter-gatherers and that, and there were vicious animal things going about that would eat humans. But I don't know if it's that, or if it's just because I'm just used to having my curtains open all the time and having the natural wake up mechanism rather than relying on an alarm clock. See, I prefer to be awake before my alarm goes off, and basically be like, yes, I can enjoy another 45 minutes in bed, kind of thing. But I've just been wanting to document that in video form, and if anyone's got any thoughts or opinions, or like, can you empathize with what I'm saying? Does this make any sense to you? Do you have issues with the dark as well? I am just curious to know, and I'd just like like to know that if there are other people that might experience a similar thing to me, or if I'm just nuts. Well, if I'm just not weird, but just a limited edition kind of thing. Anyway, I think that'll about do it for another episode of Watch Dogs Health. I'll catch you later. See you next time.